Okay, RL. That's a good point. I mean, running, you say, he was, let's say, you need to run, Uber, and Lyft at the same time. It was based on the video that I was, not getting any better with Lyft. Actually, yeah, I don't think it's getting any better with Lyft. I can assure you that. But, you know what? I respect everybody's opinion, of course. But my opinion and my situation, I did try a couple of times. And believe me, I found out it was kind of like, I don't know. I would take a Uber, let's say an Uber ride, and all of a sudden I will forget because I'm more like focusing on one thing, and all of a sudden I get this call, then I forget, to turn off the other app. And you know how if you don't take the trip, eventually they're gonna block you to see how much you're gonna make in your next trip. So if you keep not accepting in trips, that's what they do. They block you or not to see after a certain amount of trips. That's, I think, about 5 or I don't remember exactly. And another reason why I don't run both apps at the same time is because usually I storage all my footage, everything that is happening in this car. I mean, I got my dash cam. I mean, I got my regular GoPro and the one with the night vision. Everything is recorded. So the whole night, I just, once I finish, so the next day I'm transferring the files to a hard drive. But yeah, I found out it was kind of confusing too. Depends on the area where you're at. For example, let's say you're Stockton, when you're like in I don't know, Manteca, or those little tiny towns, smaller, like Redding, Chico, those tiny towns. Sometimes I'll take somebody to Stockton or Modesto, and I wouldn't get no calls whatsoever. And you're talking about at least to Modesto is about an hour and a half, and there's nothing going on. Everything depends on for me, it depends on the area, depends on the day, the time of the day too. Because if it's early, like early in the day, it's kind of like a little more difficult to get people. And I'm used to doing only Fridays and Saturdays. Usually, lately it's been more Saturdays. When you're like in those little tiny towns, it's better if you have both of the apps open. And yeah, because you don't, I mean, that way you have more chance to get a trip. Here in Sacramento at nights, I mean, it does get slow. I'm not gonna lie to you, it gets slow sometimes, and it'll take, I don't know, 10 minutes to get one, or usually the most can take about 15 minutes. Depends on the area. If I'm like in Rockland or Roseville, it just takes a little bit longer. But usually I'll try to stay within downtown, not 10 minutes, most 15, but usually like 10 minutes around downtown area. And I'm always getting something, always, all the time. So yeah, everything depends on the area. But that's a good point. I mean, thank you. I mean, somebody's gonna, probably needed this comment too. So if you want to run 2 apps, I would suggest, if you have the access to have another phone, and one with Lyft and one with Uber, it's a lot better. I think it would be a lot better. Kind of confusing. I think it would be a lot better for me, in my opinion. But I mean, you still make money if you want to get 2 phones. Get those, $50 plan, and yeah, 2 phones just for that, and a month. I think it would be good. It is a good idea, I think. But I don't know what you guys think. Running 2 phones, I seen actually drivers running 2 phones at the same time, and I always thought it was a good idea. Now that you mention it, running 2 apps at the same time, why not? I'll probably give it a try. More like, I'll let you guys know. Okay, guys, hopefully you guys like this video. I mean, this is just my comment. One of the guys mentioning why I wanted to comment on this, this comment that this guy say about, running both of the apps at the same time. But if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.